Hello, traders. Hope you guys are good, and welcome to this week's segment of our market breakdowns. So, without wasting any time, let's start by looking at the dollar index. Now, we expect the market to continue towards the upside because if you look at the monthly price, let me just go to the monthly. The price has incentive to go to this level right here because there are unfilled orders over here, right? Now, going back to the weekly, what's left for us is just to look for areas where the market could potentially reverse. The first zone that I'm looking for a reversal is this one, right? Now, the zone, I'm not sure if it has broken through an opposing structure, but it's confirmed because there's this candlestick over here consolidating away from it, right? And then we have this candlestick over here. So if the market retests the zone over here, we will be in a good position to buy. Just remember, if you get a retest on a zone, you should look for a change of character on a lower time frame. So the market still has incentive to fill in this fair value gap over here before tapping into the zone and then going towards the upside. If the zone does not hold, we have liquidity over here in a form of equal lows. We have a fair value gap right here, and then we have a zone. So if the market does not reverse from this zone, it can also reverse from this one. Because if you look at the supply and demand curve, this one right here is a discounted zone, and this over here is at equilibrium, right? This is what I see on the weekly. Let's go to the daily. Now, on the daily, let me just do this. On the daily, we have a pretty clear structure over here, right? The market has been creating this uptrend over here, and this being a high. Now, this high over here can be considered an area of liquidity, meaning if we were to take a trade, this will be our first take profit. Now, this high is not a strong high. Why? Because it hasn't broken through a previous structural low, right? This low is strong because it has broken through structure, right? So for as long as this low right here hasn't been taken out, the trend is still valid. The uptrend is still valid, right? That's why I'm expecting the market to react from the zone, right? If we get a change of character on the 4-hour, then I'll be more than happy to buy. Now, say, for example, this zone over here does not hold. It means I'm going to be buying from this one over here. So basically, that's all I'm saying, right? So these are the two scenarios. If the market breaks the zone, I'm going to expect buys on the dollar index from this one over here. And this is all I have for the dollar index. Let's move on to another pair. Right, moving right along to EURUSD. Same here, we're in this long-term downtrend. And this is an update because we looked at it a few weeks ago. As you can see right here, the market formed the zone after this weekly zone after breaking structure over here, right? Now we're expecting the market to come back for a retest to fill in any orders that were unfilled. Now the zone is also confirmed because we had this candlestick over here consolidating away from that zone. So you have a strong departure away from the zone. You have a zone consolidating away from that zone. And now you have price trying to push up. My only explanation for this, or what I can assume is happening on the lower time frame, is that we're in a period where induction is taking place. So I'm assuming that we have a counter trend uptrend, especially on the lower time frame, and that's headed towards an institutional level. So yeah, I think the market is going to hit the zone over here and then reverse, right? And then if it does reverse, we have this order fair value gap to fill in here, but we'll talk about it when the market reverses, right? If that does not happen, we don't have any other order block, but we have this high right here as an area of liquidity, right? Now this high is also strong again because it has broken through this low right here. Now, if we go to the daily, this is the induction I was talking to you about, right? As you can see, we have this fair value gap over here that has to be filled. The market is forming this uptrend. I think you'll see it more clearly when you go to the 4-hour. We have this downtrend that's an internal downtrend, right? We have the strong high, right? So I think the market will hit this level right here and reverse from it, and then we can expect sales. So I'll leave my limit order right here, because remember, guys, you shouldn't be trading against the trend, right? So this is what I'm expecting to see on EURUSD. Yeah, let's move on to another pair. Alrighty, final pair for the week is NZDJPY. As you can see, we're in an uptrend, right? I think we spoke about this in a previous breakdown, especially the one where we looked at NZDJPY specifically. But yeah, I just wanted you to see, especially if it's your first time here. All right, so I'm expecting the market to go up. As you can see, we're in an uptrend within an uptrend, right? The market recently created this low, broke at a high, created a new high, right? And an internal high, an internal low, because it retested this level right here and actually confirmed it. You get what I mean? So far, so good. We're expecting the market to reach this point over here. So the market still has a long way to go until it reaches that level. Now, if we go to the weekly, then it starts to become a little bit tricky, right? As you can see right here, there's this resistance. Let me call it resistance for the lack of a better word. Resistance on the zone. We already know that resistance for us symbolizes liquidity, right? Now, there's a possibility that the market might reverse to this point over here and then form a corrective pattern before moving towards the upside, right? That's the first possibility. The second possibility is that we might take out this area of liquidity also over here, because we have liquidity here in a form of equal lows. We have a small fair value gap here. Hope you can see it. And the source of that fair value gap is this demand zone. Now, this demand zone hasn't really been confirmed. Why do I say this? It hasn't resulted in any break of structure. That does not mean that the zone can't hold it, but it means that the chances of the market going lower versus the market reversing from it are actually leaning more towards the market breaking the zone, right? We also have this liquidity over here in the form of a low. So you can actually buy from here, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. For the sake of simplicity, we'll only be using this zone over here. Let's go to the daily. All right. Now, as you can see, it looks like the market is trying to head towards this level over here, right? On that fair value gap, we have this daily zone, right? Which is not a high probability zone. Why? Because of the basing candlesticks at the source of the imbalance over here, right? I'm talking about these candlesticks over here. Now, this is what I see. The market's currently reacting from the supply over here. And the supply is actually used up. Why? Because there's been, let me see, 1, 2, 3 retests. So, looking at this, the market might go lower to take out the zone and then move towards the upside, right? Another thing that I was seeing is the market breaking structure, right? Let me just do this. The zone is in control, right? The higher time frame demand is in control. We're in an uptrend. So it's only natural for us to start looking for buy setups. Now we know that this zone over here is used up. So we shouldn't be expecting, or we shouldn't be selling from it, right? Because it's used up. If we go to the 4-hour, there's something I want to show you. Right. I want to show you guys this uptrend that we were in. Right. Now that I look at it, it looks a bit sus. But what I was seeing when I was looking at it, I was seeing an uptrend. Now, this low over here is still valid. Why? Because the market hasn't broken through it. And the market could use this low as an area of liquidity, right? Now, we also have this zone over here that is the source of this imbalance over here that the market hasn't really retested or mitigated. So I was thinking that the market could use that zone to move towards the upside. That's another scenario, right? So this is scenario number 2. But on the weekly, it looks like we closed net bearish. So I'd want the market to take out liquidity from this weekly low. Let me just use a different shade. Yes, the market might take liquidity from this weekly low before continuing up. That's another thing, right? So if we go to the weekly, if we get a breakout of this low right here with closed candlestick, the market might continue to go lower and then go up. You get what I mean? But if we get a liquidity sweep here, we can expect then the second scenario, right? So this zone over here or this level over here is actually a deciding factor. And we can only see how the market responds to it if we pay attention in the coming week. But yeah, this is confusing for me as well. I don't see a lot of setups. I think the one that's high probability for me is the one that we saw on EURUSD. But yeah, anyways, This is all I have for you guys this week. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. For now, peace.